Hello, Mark here, and on today's episode you'll have noticed it's on the how-to video. It's called How to Shave. Now those of you who've been watching regularly, you'll notice that I've been growing the facial hair over the last few weeks, specifically for today, because I want to do a how-to shave video, because I figure not everybody has a person who can show them how to shave. I know I didn't, so I had to learn the hard way growing up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the methods that I use for those, maybe some young people, teenagers out there who will find this useful. I'm going to be showing you two methods. One in this video is going to be the electric shaver. Actually, what this is, it's not a proper electric shaver, it's a hair trimmer. What you do, you take off this is a guard of 3mm. This is just a guard to protect the blade. And also, if you're going to do your hair, you may have seen these in the barbers. You just take this off, and basically you're going to use the blade without the guard on it. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go from bottom, unlike the wet, where you go downwards mostly, I think, at least I do, I'm going to go upwards against the grain. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Now, you may have noticed what I've done is I'm going in straight, trying to keep it all together, go up in stripes instead of going all over the place and, like you might do with a wet shave. Just do it in stripes, a bit like painting the wall. You just do down, paint the fence. Okay, doing it, and then up the sides, get the sideburns. Now, what I did here was I want to keep the sideburn, my sideburns are very short here. What I'm doing, I'm just using the blade upside down, just press it against the side. That'll trim it to there, and then the important thing is to try and make sure that the other side is the same length. You don't want one down here and it's going to look odd. Okay, so and then you go upwards and up to where the sideburn starts, and then you just finish the rest. Here we go. Now, what I've done, now you can see I've done both sides and under the chin. And what I'm doing, for the moment, I'm not going to keep this, but I'm just showing you that it's still very rough. Because what I don't like, I personally, might be like you, that I don't like the freshly shaved face. I don't like that at all. Which is why when I ever do, I do it late at night. So by the morning it's a little bit not so smooth, and it's very rough here all the way around, very rough. In the next video I'll show you how to do the wet shave, but and also I've left, if you're ever thinking about doing a goatee, moustache down the sides and around the chin, this is a good way of doing this, because I find it, but people use scissors all over the place. It takes time, it's a lot of effort, it just makes it uneven, and especially if you want to, and even if you want to get down to the shaved face, trimming all this beard off, it just takes time, and it's just, a waste of my time. So take your electric, you know what, you take your electric razor, and actually I'm going to put the guard on to show you, because even though it's not on, it still catches the hairs. So I'm going to put the guard on. Yeah, you can you use the electric one to shave the pattern that you want. You may want more under the chin, you may want less, you may want a thin Errol Flynn moustache. For those youngsters, check him out on YouTube. Errol Flynn, the movie star, had a very thin moustache. You can use this to trim any way you like while it's while the motor's on, of course, and trim it. And of course, you know, round the mouth. You can do all kinds of things with an electric. Okay, but I'm not going to keep the goatee. I'm just showing you there. So I'm going to trim the rest of it off, the beard area. Now, what the tapping is, I'm tapping out the hairs. What you also will be a good thing to clean is you get an old unused toothbrush here and just clean out the blades every each time you use it. You don't want hairs getting clogged in there. Okay. So what I've done now, I'm left with a moustache, which is what I used to have when I was young. What you may have noticed, I had one of my eyes closed, and I'm sort of doing around here, because as you get to the chin and the under the nose area, this being a hair trimmer, what it does, it kicks up a lot of cut hair. So you get some cut hair into your eyes. So it's good. You'll notice when I got one of my eyes shut here, and then do the left side, you've got the other shut, it just stops it going in your eyes. And there you have it. Again, with the trimmers, you can trim this moustache any which way you like. And also what I'm doing is I would have done it by now, I would have finished already, but I'm just getting it all off. And if I want to have a wet shave, then this is the right length to have a wet shave. It's very rough. What you don't want to do is do a wet shave with what it was just a few moments ago. You'll be dulling the blade, you'll be getting chunks out of your face, because the blades will get jammed up. If you're going to have a wet shave and it's really gone wild, your beard, you know, you can use this, just trim it all off, and then you're left with a 1 millimeter hair, and that's plenty enough to do a wet shave. Here we go with a moustache. Yeah, there's half a moustache. What you may have noticed, I'm going sideways and upwards, because what you want to do also is get around the mouth here, you know, because if you just go upwards, I'll put the guard back on to protect my face here. If you just go upwards, if you miss some hairs around here, you know, it's like you say, you can feel it when you're talking and you're eating, you can, you know. So you go sideways, upwards, same as under the chin, you know, or around the chin, sideways, up, you know, left, right, all this. Just get all the smoothness there. Okay, so we're going to go with the left side. I'm going to keep my eye closed for the hair. And then just do a quick run around places that you may have missed. Now, as long as you keep, let's just say, if you imagine that's your face, as long as you keep the blade straight, then you won't have any problem. I've never ever cut myself with this. I've cut myself plenty with a wet shave, but never with this. If you keep it on a flat surface, keep that blade there on a flat surface on your face, you won't have any problems. Even if you dig in, even if you dig in that way. You shouldn't have too many problems. You won't cut yourself as such. The only time you'd have it not at a flat is when you're doing this sideburns along here, or you're trimming, say you're trimming your moustache or your goatee beard. You do it with the edge. Otherwise, you just have it on a flat. And like I say, I've never cut myself with this or any other. I always, when this gets worn out, I just buy another one just like it. And you just feel around, have a look in the mirror and the light, see if there's any, because you will miss some areas. There will be a few hairs that you've missed. So just go over, find out where they are. Just trim them, well, especially around the throat area. You might miss a few there because that is a difficult area to get to. So just go sideways. I hope you can hear me over this motor. But just go sideways like this, because not all hairs grow downwards. Because we're going upwards, so we're going against the grain. So not all hairs grow down, not all hairs grow up. It depends on what you do when you're young, I think. Sometimes, like on my chin, for example, the chin against the grain would be from my right to left, whereas down the face it grows downwards, so against the grain will be up. The throat here, it goes fine, and then right at the edges, I have to go sideways slightly just to get that thin line sideways. So you know, it can grow all over the place. It's and if you only shave one way, you're going to miss them. So you have to adjust the angle that you shave the brush and the wet shave to different areas, different angles around different areas of your face. Okay, and then just check in the mirror, make sure you haven't missed any. Yeah, so be particular around the mouth, because that's a good place to miss the odd hair there. So you just, you know, sideways, and yeah. So just check that, okay. And then clean out your blade with your old worn out toothbrush, because you really don't want, it's like with a wet shave. If you get hairs jammed in the blade, then you're gonna cause problems. With a wet shave, you'll end up cutting chunks out of your face, and it'll go dull quicker, and that's a good way to cut yourself. On the electric one, it'll be a good way to jam up the blades if hairs get mushed in there and get allowed to jam. So you just every time, just give it a quick brush with an old toothbrush, and then put your guard on it, and there you go, and you're ready. Right, so there you have it. That's good enough to go out the house with, you know. The only reason why I left the beard before was because I wanted to do this video for you. But this is plenty good. Later on, I will do a wet shave. I'll show you how to do that. I've got the gel, well, I've got the foam. Anyway, I'll explain all that at the time. So, I hope that was useful, and you can see how unhairy my face is now. You can see that's a lot different. So, this has been the longest video yet, and thank you for watching. And if you like that, stay tuned for the next one. It's going to be very informative, especially if, I mean, you older people like me, you're not going to find anything new from it. But young people who won't do it very regular or don't have anybody to show them, this is one option, and they might find the next one useful also. Thanks very much for watching, and see you soon.